One morning with a blue sky and fresh air, Lin Ke wrapped his arm around Jiang Dingchun's waist and took steps towards the warehouse to inspect it. Boss Cao and Secretary Jia Meng followed behind. She asked, "Boss Cao, this person is just a shifty type. Why you pay attention to him?" Boss Cao smugly chuckled and replied, "I've encountered many people like him before. He has no abilities but cares a lot about face. He must feel he would lose face in front of his secretary, which is why he is acting like this." Hearing this, Jia Meng flattered, "Boss Cao is truly more capable. You can tell what kind of person he is with just a glance." At warehouse number 9, the staff was waiting to welcome Lin Ke. When they saw him arrive, they shouted in unison, "Hello, Boss Lin. Welcome, Boss Lin, for the inspection." After such a warm greeting, Lin Ke also liked to laugh heartily and said, "You all have worked hard, comrades?" The staff happily replied, "Leader, you have worked hard too." Boss Cao, watching this from behind, was left speechless and thought, how foolish. Then Liu Yin stepped forward to greet, "Boss Lin, you have arrived." Lin Ke replied, "Follow me." Liu Yin could only respond, "Yes." The group entered to conduct the inspection. As he walked, he mocked Boss Cao. "Your psyche is quite impressive." Boss Cao had not yet grasped what was happening when Lin Ke continued, "It hasn't been long, yet all 4 warehouses are already full. These goods have all been moved out at the same time. It must be a lot of money being made here." Boss Cao, feeling the sting of the truth, could only smile awkwardly and make excuses. It's just small business compared to Boss Lin. It's still far behind. Lin Ke smiled and said, "Just by looking, it's clear that you, Cao, are someone who does big things. If you don't understand, studying would be a good idea." Boss Cao, feeling a bit helpless, thought, "His skin really is thick." Not wanting to talk to him anymore, Lin Ke turned to Liu Yin. "Liu Yin, the inspection is done. You can go back to your work now. Don't follow me around anymore." After he said this, Liu Yin smiled brightly and replied, "Got it, Boss Lin. I'm going back to work now." Hearing this, Boss Cao, with an unpleasant expression, shouted loudly, "Wait a minute, you wait. What are you guys planning to do?" Liu Yin, hearing him yell, gradually looked annoyed. "I finished the inspection. I have to go back to man the toll booth for the restroom." Cao Xianyu, upon hearing this, frowned and shouted even louder, "You're still charging fees, Boss Lin. What do you mean by this?" Lin Ke and Liu Yin acted together, feigning tears and looking pitiful. "I don't want to either. He's a distant relative, and his family conditions aren't very good. I can only arrange for him to work here. If there were other options, I wouldn't do it like this." Finished speaking, Lin Ke turned and left. He waved at Liu Yin and said, "Come on, let's go to the canteen and see how it is." Boss Cao was taken aback and then hurriedly raised his hand to stop him, shouting, "Lin, what are you going to the canteen for?" Lin Ke scratched his head, not forgetting to sigh. "Right now, the entire Metroing is only left with the canteen under my management. I have to think about how to make money." Cao Xianyu felt uncomfortable hearing this, pulled out a check, wrote something on it, and handed it to Lin Ke. He didn't forget to demand, "Lin, let's negotiate, okay? The whole of Metroing, from the canteen to the restroom, is managed by us now. You can't interfere anymore." Lin Ke seemed to achieve his goal, looking pleased as he said, "Don't worry, since you, Boss Cao, are so generous. I won't act like a loose cannon anymore. You can be at ease." Hearing Lin Ke's agreement, Boss Cao turned back to remind Jia Meng, "Go back and prepare the contract. It should state that Metroing allows us to manage everything from the canteen to the restroom. After this, there will be no further relations with Boss Lin." The secretary nodded and responded, "Yes." Once the work was done, Lin Ke happily said, "Good. Once the contract is prepared, send it to me right away." He held up the check and continued, "I have other matters to attend to, so I won't stay to chat with you any longer. Goodbye." Boss Cao and Jia Meng let out a sigh. He exclaimed, "Finally, we can send this fool away." The 3 people from Lin Ke's group walked out of the warehouse. He looked at Liu Yin with a serious expression and said, "Did you clearly grasp the overall layout and the monitoring locations after walking around the warehouse just now?" He nodded and then furrowed his brows as he replied, "I've memorized it. I just need your order, and I can act at any time." In a massive high-rise building, Cao Jiadong slammed the table and stood up, speaking loudly with a panic-stricken expression. "Daughter, are you sure that news is true? Is Longside really going to announce the 1.0 chip technology?" Cao Jingchu replied sternly, "Your cultural media company is preparing to hold a press conference to announce their new product. This news is 100% accurate." Cao Jiadong said joyfully, "Although we have taken the lead in developing the 1.0 chip technology, Longside is still a competitor that cannot be underestimated. However, after this press conference, we can take the exclusive patent and go meet them to have a talk and crush them instantly." After hearing this, Jing Tu took her bag and left, saying as she walked, I already told you the news. If anything happens in the future, it won't be related to me anymore. At Hoashan Hospital, Like Su-han was sitting intently writing a report. Lin Ke approached and spoke up. That's right, boss, if I remember correctly, your hometown is in Baichao Town, right? When do you plan to go back home? Like Su-han looked at him and replied, next Wednesday. Suddenly, Lin Ke placed his hand on her shoulder, leaned in close, and smiled brightly. Just in time, I have to go there too. I'll go with you. His unexpected action left her a bit bewildered. Like Su-han asked, what are you going there for? Lin Ke held a finger to his lips and said, it's a secret. Just then, the phone in his jacket pocket rang. As Lin Ke walked outside, he answered the call. Hello. The other party asked him, are you busy tonight? I'll take you to meet a few people. I'll pick you up in the evening, he replied. Okay, I'll drive to your office. Switching scenes to the afternoon under the blazing sun, Liang Ru-yu was standing in front of the office building, feeling very anxious. She looked at the luxury car in front of her and said, why did you drive this car here? If my colleagues see it, I don't know what will happen. Lin Ke sat in the driver's seat, rolled down the window, and smiled at Liang Ru-yu. What's the big deal? Can expert Liang find a boyfriend who's both handsome and wealthy? Liang Ru-yu was opening the car door and sitting down when her mother, Mrs. Shen Shu-yi, who was nearby, noticed and took out her phone to call. Ru-yu's phone rang, causing her to panic a little. She turned to Lin Ke, gesturing for him to be quiet, and then answered the call. Her face was glistening with sweat from fear and anxiety. Mom, the voice on the other end asked, what are you doing? Liang Ru-yu glanced at Lin Ke and hesitantly replied, I just finished a meeting. I'm just reviewing some meeting documents. Suddenly, two car horns blared outside, startling Ru-yu and Lin Ke. Ru-yu turned to look out the window and saw her mother sitting in her car, waving at her. Ru-yu, I'm here to visit you. Fear was clearly visible on her face, and her body stiffened as she didn't know what to say. Seeing this, Lin Ke felt worried and asked, what's wrong? You can still want to go. She spoke a confusing response. My mom makes it hard for you to understand. What should I ask again? Liang Ru-yu fearfully turned to him and said, my mom suddenly came near. This made him jump as well. A few drops of sweat appeared on his face as Mrs. Shen Shu-yi saw him staggering down and opened the car door to get out. Lin Ke looked at her and smiled. Hello, Auntie. For the first time I saw you, I knew you were Ru-yu's mother. Although you two look very similar, her aura is nowhere near yours. Ru-yu stared at him in confusion as he bowed and greeted her mother. She thought to herself, you are really lying without batting an eye. Lin Ke, with a flattering expression, turned to her and said, what are you still standing here for? Come here quickly, it's me who sees Auntie, not your mother who sees her daughter-in-law. Why are you still standing there? Liang Ru-yu ran over to the two and asked her mother, Mom, why are you here? Mrs. Shen Shu-yi said, I'm in Shanghai for a conference. I plan to surprise you a little and then have dinner together. I didn't expect you to surprise me first. She quickly explained, Mom, don't misunderstand. He just came to pick me up because we have something to do. Her mother happily reached out to pat her head and said, I'm not asking about that. Why explain? If you two have urgent business, just go ahead. I'll go back to the hotel. After all, I'm not leaving until tomorrow. At this point, Lin Ke spoke up. Who is more important? You still don't know? Auntie must have just gotten off the plane. Let's go eat with her. She glanced at her daughter and asked, is that okay? She blushed shyly when teased by her mother. Liang Ru-yu smiled in agreement. I'm just helping Lin Ke set up a few meetings. I can call to change it to tomorrow as well. The three of them went to a luxurious restaurant. In the private dining room, eye-catching dishes were laid out on the table. Shen Shu-yi spoke up. I didn't expect to beat both of you this time. Lin Ke should pay today. Lin Ke smiled and replied, it's no big deal. It's our hotel, so we can eat whenever we want. Liang Ru-yu shyly blushed while looking at him. She looked at the two with a bit of concern. This child has only been in Shanghai for a little over 2 months and has developed this much already. Aunt Shu Yang picked up a piece of meat and asked Lin Ke, Lin Ke, I heard that you're researching the development of a photoetching machine. Is there any difficulty? For example, investment money. I can invest a little for you. The dining scene was very luxurious, but there were only 3 people sitting, creating a feeling of emptiness. Liang Ru-yu sat between Lin Ke and Aunt Shu-yi. At this moment, only Aunt Shu-yi was using her chopsticks. Lin Ke finally picked up his chopsticks, but instead of hurriedly grabbing food, he chatted with Aunt Shu-yi. No need for that, Aunt. In terms of money, I still have plenty for now. This is enough. It seems that Shu-yi's mother is a very generous person. Her demeanor is pleasant as she sits with her legs crossed and a smile that lights up her eyes, saying, I know that researching and developing lithography machines will take a lot of time and money. If you need funds later on, just let me know. While I may not be able to provide too much, tens of billions shouldn't be a problem. Hearing a figure of tens of billions, Lin Ke spat out the water in his mouth, staring in astonishment. He never expected that Shu Yi's mother would be so generous and considerate of him. Once the shock passed, his expression and tone began to grow serious. Auntie, actually, I'm facing a bit of a difficulty. Pausing for a moment, Lin Ke continued. I currently need a 4nm light source, which can only be produced by A's. I was wondering if you happen to know anyone there? Aunt Shu Yi raised her eyebrows slightly, then turned her captivating green eyes toward Lin Ke, resting her chin in her hand as she said, As is a foreign company, and right now the relationship is so tense that it seems very difficult to obtain a 4nm light source from them. Lin Ke closed his eyes and sighed, feeling somewhat helpless as he said, I have already tried to meet with representatives from A's here in Shanghai, but it hasn't been effective at all. They are unwilling to accommodate. Bai Shu Yi changed her posture, intertwining her hands, slightly lowering her head, her eyes fixed directly on Lin Ke as she pointed out to him. If you want to persuade them to sit for negotiations, you must have something attractive for them. Lin Ke immediately understood Mrs. Shu Yi's point. A brilliant idea sprang to his mind. His amber eyes lit up, his hands clenched tightly, showing determination. Thank you, Aunt. I understand now. He happily raised the glass of water with both hands, squinting as he smiled and said, Thank you, Aunt. When I feel down, I will definitely come to find you. Mrs. Shu Yi was also very happy, lifting her glass to toast Lin Ke. Okay, what I promised you, I will certainly not forget. The two of them raised their glasses and took a sip. Each had their own thoughts. Lin Ke looked at Mrs. Shu Yi and thought about lying Ru Yu's mother. What is she really doing? Then he glanced at the warm interactions between the mother and daughter, appearing thoughtful. He was not sure about the conversation they just had. Mrs. Shu Yi was enthusiastically serving food to Ru Yu, caring for her like a child. Mrs. Shu Yi said, Here, try this. Ru Yu, feeling shy and blushing, replied, I'm not a child anymore. Seeing the warm scene, Lin Ke didn't intend to ruin it. On the contrary, he suggested going outside to give the mother and daughter some private space. He went to call the driver to take the aunt back to the hotel. Seeing Lin Ke's back as he left, Mrs. Shu Yi also stopped using her chopsticks without looking after him. When she saw that he had completely disappeared, Ru Yu immediately rushed into Mrs. Shu Yi's arms, hugging her waist and laughing happily. Mrs. Shu Yi chided with a smile. You've already grown up, yet you're still like this. Ru Yu giggled in her mother's embrace and asked, Mom, do you have any opinion about Lin Ke? Mrs. Shu Yi didn't answer the question right away, but focused on the main point first. Concentrate on doing your job well and quickly return to Yanjing. This reminder left Ru Yu momentarily stunned. Noticing her beloved daughter's expression, Mrs. Shu Yi guessed that Ru Yu might have placed Lin Ke first and temporarily forgotten her primary purpose. However, she didn't pay much attention to it and still kindly commented on Lin Ke's character. Actually, Lin Ke's background is not ordinary at all. Either he will trample this world beneath his feet or be crushed by it. It's that simple. With that, she patted her daughter's head. Ru Yu looked a bit sad, buried her face in her mother's embrace, and said, I understand. In the marketing office, when Lin Ke entered, his face was somewhat serious. Inside, 5 people were already waiting for him on the sofa. Ru Yu introduced. Mr. Lin is here. The people waiting for him in the room include Wu Zhao Yu, the secretary of Yang Cheng, Sun Malkun, the mayor of Baichao Town, the beautiful reporter Wen Shu, and a cameraman. Ru Yuan raised his hand to invite him and said, Let me introduce you a little. Lin Ke stepped forward, shook hands with Wu Zhao Yu to show mutual friendliness. Both of their hands clasped together. Wu Zhao Yu greeted with a big smile. Hello, Mr. Lin. Thank you for your intention to support Baichao Town in Yangcheng City. On behalf of the people in Yangcheng, I sincerely thank you. Lin Ke raised his hand to scratch his head shyly and replied, You are being too polite. I'm just doing a little within my capacity. At this moment, Wen Shu intervened to cut off the conversation. Mr. Lin, we are ready now. We can start the interview and you can sit here. Lin Ke said, Okay. The 2 people, one interviewing and the other answering the interview, sat down. Between them was a small table, adorned with a cute flower pot. The cameraman, after preparing the camera, asked, Is everyone ready? Wen Shu signaled with her hand that they were okay. Her bright face began to converse with Lin Ke. Mr. Lin, I would like to ask a little about your purpose in wanting to build a hope school in a place like Baichao Town. Lin Ke placed one hand on his chest, comfortably replied, I want the children there to get closer to their dreams. Only knowledge can change one's destiny. Looking at the 2 people filming in front, Ru Yu nodded with satisfaction. Her face was filled with pride for Lin Ke. An hour after the interview ended, Ru Yu and Lin Ke saw everyone to the door. Ru Yu took the initiative to speak first to Secretary Wu and reporter Wen Shu. Thank you all for your help with this matter. Wu Zhao Yu was also polite, waving his hand in response. That's also for the benefit of Yang Cheng. If anyone should be thanking someone, it should be us. After the group led by Wu Zhao Yu left, Lin Ke was about to leave as well, but was called back by Ru Yu. Lin Ke, wait a moment. The two of them stepped into the room. Ru Yu actively handed something to Lin Ke. This is for you. Lin Ke was quite surprised by the check in his hand and exclaimed, "A $10 million check. Where did you get this from?" Ru Yu leaned slightly on the desk for support, raising her hand, her sharp nails looking very alluring. With a confident expression, she said, "I talked to my mother about the conditions in that area. My mother invested $10 million for you." Holding the enormous check, Lin Ke felt a bit awkward. "Isn't that too much? I'm already funding that area 40%, and now my future mother-in-law is giving me $10 million. It seems I don't need to spend a dime." Once the awkwardness faded, he immediately tucked the money into his jacket pocket, his face blooming like a flower in spring. "Remember to send my regards to my mother-in-law. I'll accept this money." Seeing her boyfriend's joyful demeanor, Ru Yu also felt happy. However, her expression turned serious again as she reminded him, "Do you have any plans now? Wu Zhao Yu and son Mao Quan over there can welcome you at any time. It still depends on when you plan to go." Lin Ke thought for a moment, his hand resting on his chin as he calculated in his head. Then he expressed his opinion to Ru Yu. "I have an appointment with someone from Baichao Town. I have a date with her tomorrow. I've heard that this friend is a girl." Ru Yu tightened her grip on the table and turned to sit down in her chair. She glanced at him and said, "Okay, I'll inform Wen Shu to come pick you up then. You can go." Lin Ke's eyes immediately took on a pitiful look. "Mayor Liang, are you going to kick me out after you're done using me? I feel really uncomfortable." This feigned attitude annoyed Ru Yu, her head filled with exclamation marks. She shouted, "Get out of here! Don't perform your drama in front of me!" Lin Ke quickly ran off, but his face was filled with joy rather than feeling wronged by her treatment. Ru Yu could only smile happily as she watched the enthusiastic figure of her boyfriend. In the skyscraper of Lin Ke's company, walked into the room without knocking, directly saying, "You take this check." His words caught in his throat, his face turned red, and his eyes widened at the sight before him. Yunyuan was changing her clothes. She had taken off half her shirt, revealing a yellow bra. Upon seeing Lin Ke enter, she screamed, closed her eyes, and turned to cover her body. Lin Ke shyly turned his face away, only closing one eye as he reproached her. "Why are you in the changing room?" Yunyuan had put her shirt back on, turning back with a flushed face, but still shouted at him, "How was I supposed to know you were coming today?" But in her heart, she silently added, "If I had known earlier, I would have worn prettier underwear." Lin Ke took out the check and placed it on the table, his slender fingers gliding over it before pressing down to keep it from blowing away. He said, "This is a donation for the Hope Primary School." Yunyuan had already sat down at the desk, holding the check in her hands excitedly, saying, "This donation is so much money, it's like we don't have to spend a single cent to complete this." Then she explained, "Boss, where did you get this check from?" "The investor's information is from Zhang Xingru, valued at $800 billion. Lin Ke was also surprised, not knowing if it was real or fake. He thought for a moment and then managed to say a few words. "Don't record that check for now, just listen to me." The glaring sunlight poured down on the building, reflecting off the glass to create small suns. Lin Ke walked heavily, his mind filled with numerous questions. Who exactly is Liang Ru Yu's mother? Glancing back at the building behind him, his pupils sparkled with suspicion mixed with a hint of admiration. Compared to their group, we are just grains of sand. Summer evenings arrived very late, and there was still a hint of purple in the sky at the airport. The stars shone with lonely spots of light, and planes continued to take off, carrying out their missions. The airport lights never went out. Wen Shu stepped forward to greet Lin Ke's landing flight. "Hello, Mr. Lin," still wearing that charming red dress, still with a friendly smile welcoming the investors. Seeing a beautiful young woman next to Lin Ke, Wen Shu teased, "This lady must be your girlfriend, right?" The teasing made Like Suhan shy. She hurriedly waved her hand to deny. "I'm just a regular friend of his, not a girlfriend." Knowing he had spoken too much, Wen Shu proactively pulled the suitcase and extended his hand in a gesture of invitation. "I sincerely apologize for misunderstanding your relationship. I have booked a hotel for you to enjoy the scenery here. Let's go there first, have a meal, and then we can deal with other matters." Lin Ke felt it was bothersome and declined. No need to eat. He then turned to Xuhan and said, "The road to Baichao Town is not easy to travel, is it?" Xuhan frowned slightly and replied, "Almost 3 kilometers is dirt road. Fortunately, it hasn't rained in the past few days, so it can be managed. He excitedly took a step ahead of the two women, hands in his pockets, saying, "Then let's go. Take me to the nearest 4S store. I'm going to buy a car to drive. It's not very convenient without a car." Ignoring the two women's surprise at his decision at the 4S store, Wen-shu sat cross-legged, focused on her phone. While Lin Ke and Su-han stood choosing a car over there, Lin Ke placed his hand on a luxurious red car and turned to call a staff member. "Is this one in stock? I want to drive it right away." Su-han beside him could only stand there in shock. A staff member approached with a cheerful smile and responded, "Mr. Lin, are you sure you like this red G63? Although it's in stock, the red color requires an additional $10,000. Adding various taxes and insurance, a price will be around $530,000. When Wen-shu heard the price, she was shocked and almost dropped her phone. She glanced over and saw Lin Ke handing a gold card to the staff, saying, "Okay," swiped the card. She was even more astonished and couldn't keep her mouth shut. She immediately made an excuse to leave the hall. "Mr. Lin, I need to go to the restroom. Please excuse me for a moment." Lin Ke just looked after her, sighed, and didn't say much more. Standing in front of the restroom door, she made a phone call. "Secretary Wu, I want to talk to you about someone named Lin Ke. He intends to use the sponsorship money to buy a car worth more than $500,000. The voice on the phone made her pull the receiver away from her ear. Was he joking? The voice turned into a shout, piercing through the phone and hitting Wen-shu directly. "That $5 million fund is still with me. It hasn't been allocated anywhere yet. How can he use it to buy things? She's been a journalist for a long time. How dare she speak so carelessly?" Then the person on the other end shouted and hung up directly. Despite Wen-shu being bewildered and not understanding what was happening, she just scratched her head and prepared to go back to find Lin Ke. The card reader beeped with a successful transaction. The staff then handed the contract to Lin Ke. "Hello, sir, this is your car purchase contract." He took the pen and handed it to Lin Ke, which surprised her quite a bit. Lin Ke smiled at her and said, "Please sign here." Lin Ke seemed to be in disbelief, pointing at the contract and asking him in surprise, "Am I signing this?" Lin Ke happily replied, "I bought it for you, to change your style." Wen-shu, who was listening from behind, felt surprised. She thought to herself, "This man is being too generous to his sweetheart." Lin Ke stared at the contract in silence. Finally, she decided to sign her name on it. After signing, the staff took the contract and politely gestured to the two of them. "Dear sir and madam, please follow me. I will take you to the garage to pick up your car." At the store's garage at that moment, the staff led Lin Ke and Su-han to the car they had just bought. It was a brand new orange-red G63, and the windows were still shining brightly. Lin Ke eagerly approached it, followed by Wen-shu. He said to Lin Ke, "Why don't you try it out?" Upon hearing this, Su-han immediately agreed. The two quickly got into the car, fastened their seatbelts, and prepared for a test drive. Wen-shu also prepared to open the door to sit with them, but Lin Ke turned around and called to her, "Miss Wen, you don't need to join us this afternoon. We want to explore on our own." After hearing this, Wen-shu sadly withdrew her hand, her face clearly showing disappointment. Once everything was settled, Su-han immediately pressed the gas and the car sped forward, leaving the garage and leaving Wen-shu behind in a cloud of exhaust smoke. Lin Ke excitedly asked, "Where are we going?" Lin Ke held up his phone displaying the map and told her, "To the Lin Ke orphanage. I'll help you open the map for directions. Just follow the prompts." Hearing the name of the orphanage, Lin Ke turned in surprise and asked, "Lin Ke, are you an orphan?" Lin Ke rested his chin on his hand and smiled, replying, "What's wrong? Surprised by my identity?" Su-han fell silent, suspiciously thinking that he must have come from nothing to achieve success. How could that be? The car was still speeding down the road, and in no time they arrived. There was a basketball pole and a slide for children. Suddenly in the playground, the loud voices of children could be heard. Lin Ke saw a boy with black hair next to a girl holding a basketball and a boy with purple hair holding a teddy bear. Seeing the children, Lin Ke quickly walked over. When the children noticed him, they rushed over to him and Su-han. Suddenly, a girl with pigtails wearing a pink dress ran up, spreading her arms joyfully and shouting, "Brother Lin, hug, hug." Lin Ke picked her up and laughed. "You've gotten fatter. If you keep eating too much, I won't be able to hug you anymore." "Where is Manhwa? Is she inside the orphanage?" The girl immediately pointed behind and answered, "She's in there." Hearing that, Lin Ke went inside and said, "Let's go meet Manhwa." Ms. Wang Ru Ping saw Lin Ke walking in and quickly felt her face go pale, thinking to herself, "What situation is this? Why bring another person home?" She thought this in her heart. On the outside, she remained cheerful and welcoming. She looked towards Lin Ke and asked, "Who is this girl?" Lin Ke, carrying the little girl in one arm and pointing at Su-han with the other, happily said, "I'd like to introduce everyone. This is Like Su-han, my cardiothoracic surgery supervisor." Su-han politely greeted Ms. Wang. "Hello, Auntie." Ms. Wang Ru Pink flusteredly replied, "Come on in, have a seat." Ms. Wang turned to Lin Ke and gently reprimanded, "Why didn't you tell me you were coming home? I wasn't prepared at all. You two haven't eaten anything, right? Let me go cook something for you." Seeing Ms. Wang getting ready to cook, Su-han quickly offered, "Auntie, let me help you." At dinner, the whole family gathered around the dining table. Ms. Wang asked Lin Ke, "I heard you came home this time for work. Can't you stay for a few days?" Lin Ke, excitedly eating, replied when Ms. Wang asked, "It's difficult, Mom. I still have a lot to do over at Zhanghai. I'll have to go back after I'm done there." Ms. Wang picked up a meatball and placed it in his bowl, kindly reminding, "Since you're so busy with work, remember to take care of your health. You can't earn money all in one day." Lin Ke looked at the meatball his mother had just picked up, and he thought of his mother's words of advice. Those things made him feel really warm. He broke into a rare happy smile. The sky was beginning to darken. Lin Ke and Like Su-han walked out of the orphanage gate. He waved goodbye to everyone and said to Mrs. Wang, "Mother Wang, I will come back to visit you next time." In the hotel, Lin Ke placed the gold card on the reception desk and said, "Give me 2 rooms." Like Su-han felt shy and said, "No need, there's no need to spend money like that. 1 room is enough." Upon hearing this, Lin Ke blushed and turned to look at her. "Ha," he asked again, "are you sure?" Su-han shyly said softly, "When working, don't most of us stay together in some kind of dormitory?" Hearing that, Lin Ke took the card and handed it to the receptionist, seemingly not needing it anymore. "1 room is fine." A little later, the hotel room door opened. Su-han and Lin Ke pulled their suitcases inside. The room was decorated very luxuriously. The floor. Suddenly, a hand reached out from behind to wrap around Lin Ke's waist. Su-han was holding him, wearing nothing but a bath towel. She buried her face in Lin Ke's back, catching him off guard. He shyly looked at her and said, "We still need to prepare to go to Baikiao later. Maybe you should take a shower first." Su-han didn't remove her hand from Lin Ke, lowering her head and replying, "I don't want to." Lin Ke gently pulled her away from him, softly advising, "Go shower first. We have to go at Baikiao later. Otherwise, we might not have enough time." Like Su-han's alluring pink lips moved slightly. "Then you should shower with me." Lin Ke's face turned red as he looked at her. At that moment, Su-han was only wrapped in a bath towel, revealing her voluptuous figure. The flush on her face was very tempting. Lin Ke hesitated. "Can I decline that?" He moved closer to the bathtub, dipping his hand into the water to change the topic. "The water temperature is fine." He turned back to Su-han. "You should shower first." Suddenly, she fell silent and let out a soft, warm breath. Su-han dashed across the bathroom floor, rushing towards Lin Ke. The bath towel fell off, revealing her hot body, and water from the bathtub splashed everywhere. Lin Ke combed his wet hair back. He was pushed into the bathtub by her, getting his clothes completely soaked. He squinted at Like Su-han. "I haven't even taken off my clothes yet." Su-han, completely naked, spoke seductively. "I can help you take them off." Lin Ke was momentarily stunned, as if he couldn't believe what he had just heard. He stood up, intending to step out of the bathtub, and assertively said, "Forget it, you should go shower first." Suddenly, Su-han grabbed his waistband and pulled it down hard. Lin Ke lost his balance and fell into the water once more. Su-han raised her hand to signal silence, her cheeks flushed, whispering to him, "Don't move, just let me take care of this." Before Lin Ke could react, she lifted his shirt, revealing his firm abs. The sound of the shower continued to pour down beneath the bathtub. Both of them had stripped completely. Su-han gently caressed Lin Ke's face, leaned close to his ear, and softly called his name, Lin Ke. Su-han lifted Lin Ke's chin, leaned her lips close to his, seductively saying, "I'm feeling uncomfortable." By now, Lin Ke had his eyes tightly shut. His cheeks suddenly flushed as he let out a soft groan. Su-han pressed her body against Lin Ke's, while his lips were about to kiss her neck. Lin Ke suddenly pushed Su-han away and warned, "You were the one who initiated it with me first." Then he stood up and pinned Su-han down, gripping her slender wrist tightly to begin a long, exhausting night in the bathroom. At this moment, only Su-han's moans could be heard. She continuously called his name, Lin Ke. Su-han wrapped her arms around his shoulders, tenderly asking, "Do you have other matters to attend to?" She carefully massaged the shoulders of her companion and suggested, "Can you help with my situation first? This time I come back, besides visiting my mother's grave, I may have to move the grave." Lin Ke looked at the person opposite and replied, "Tomorrow you and I will go to visit Aunt's grave. This is something that must be done without any negligence. We'll go first thing tomorrow morning." The joy was unmistakable on Su-han's face. At that moment, Wen-shu unexpectedly called. On the other end of the line, she was slurring her words. "Mr. Lin, I'm not feeling too good right now. I'm out drinking. Is there anyone who can come drink with me?" Upon hearing this, Lin Ke's expression darkened, and he cautiously glanced at the busy woman behind him and sighed, leaving Ly Su-han bewildered. He quickly refused. "No, I can't drink with you." The next day, a man and a woman were driving back to their hometown. They cruised slowly along the country road with old tile houses on either side. Lin Ke glanced around while Ly Su-han noticed her companion was lost in thought outside the car window. She gently inquired, "Are you surprised by this place?" Lin Ke interlaced his fingers, assessed the surrounding scenery, and answered leisurely, "I only realized after going to the hospital that the people who could live a comfortable life are just a few. In fact, I came to this Baichao town to build a school and repair the roads so that the infrastructure here wouldn't hinder the dreams of the children." Suddenly, the car braked sharply. Just like that, the young man's head made a love tap with the vehicle. Ly Su-han heard this and was so happy that she let go of the steering wheel and cheerfully said, "Are you here to build schools and fix the roads?" Lin Ke rubbed his head, painfully looking at her. "Huh, why are you so surprised? Isn't it just building a school?" Su-han smiled charmingly and expressed her gratitude. "On behalf of the children, thank you very much. The children don't have the means to go to school in Baichao town." He lifted her chin, making the atmosphere in the car suddenly awkward. Then, leaning close to her, he whispered, "Let's consider that I already thanked you last night." The beautiful girl eagerly reminded him, "Look over there by the bridge, there are a lot of people. It seems very lively." Her long fingers pointed towards a group standing in front of the car. Next to them were baskets filled with mixed fish, the fishy smell attracting flies all around. Lin Ke unhappily announced, "Please make way a bit. We want to pass through there." Everyone seemed to have agreed beforehand, immediately surrounding the car with their baskets of fish for sale. "Hey kid, buy some fish. They're all freshly caught from the river." They continuously invited, especially fresh and delicious. "I guarantee you haven't eaten anything like this in the city." A smiling woman stood right by the car door, holding a basket of fish that were swarming with flies. The smell wafting from it made him cover his nose because it was incredibly unpleasant. "How can you all dare to say it's freshly caught when it smells so rotten?" The woman remained unfazed and reassured the young man. "Fish naturally has a fishy smell that attracts flies, but they're all very fresh. Don't worry and just buy some to eat. There won't be any problem." Lin Ke was irritated by the fish sellers, took a deep breath, and said loudly, "We have urgent business to attend to. You all need to move aside." The people were startled and trembled. Their faces changed 180 degrees. They immediately threatened, "Let me tell you, if you don't buy our fish, you too won't get through there." Ly Su-han witnessed the helplessness and sighed, thinking about the state of Baichao town. She felt they had truly lost everything. Lin Ke refused to back down and demanded she get out of the car so he could switch places. Immediately, the two changed seats. He leaned halfway out the car window, gritting his teeth as he said each word. "I give you 3 seconds to get out of the way. If you don't move, you'll face the consequences." However, the people of Baichao were stubborn, all standing their ground. They even threatened that if he had purchased 10 kilograms of fish earlier, they could have passed, but now, if he didn't buy all the fish here, he wouldn't be able to leave. The car accelerated, its wheels grinding against the road, creating a deafening sound. It barreled straight towards the stubborn group. In the blink of an eye, all the fish in the basket and water splashed everywhere. They lost control and shouted, "You are the turtle's grandchild. You won't die peacefully. Hurry up and pay us." "What's the use of yelling here? Let's go into the town and search. We will definitely find that guy." Lin Ke and Ly Su-han leisurely continued driving. He couldn't help but scoff. These villagers in Baichao town are really reckless. She felt a bit guilty and defended them. Maybe it's because it's a remote area with no one in charge. So many people are causing chaos. Ultimately, they fear poverty. Before long, they stood in front of a repair shop. The beautiful woman's gaze turned slightly sorrowful as she said, "Actually, this is already very good. Below Baichao town, there are more than 10 villages where the situation is much worse." Seeing this, Lin Ke smiled to comfort her. "Don't worry. Once the school is built, these issues will be resolved." With that, the car continued to speed down the road surrounded by the peaceful countryside, lush greenery. Soon they came to a stop. Lin Ke and Ly Su-han stood in front of a grave. From the girl's eyes, many sorrows could be seen. Ly Su-han sat sadly in front of the grave, while both laid out a few offerings and burned some items for the person lying beneath the ground. The atmosphere grew quiet. She softly spoke, "Can I have some time alone here?" He said nothing, just gently nodded. Thus, a silent atmosphere enveloped both of them. Su-han touched the gravestone with deep sorrow. 10 minutes later, Lin Ke returned and patted her shoulder, while the other was already preparing to stand up, mumbling, I am very grateful to my mother. Even when she was beaten, she insisted on letting me go to school. She began to recount stories from the past. The doctor said when she passed away, he was stunned. The beautiful eyes of the woman in front of him were filled with tears, her voice trembling as she said, she passed away from exhaustion. Lin Ke gently wiped away the tears from her eyelids. Like Su-han suddenly rushed to hug her and began to sob, tears streaming down her face, along with an agonizing pain. Lin Ke, I miss my mother so much. He said nothing, just quietly stroked the head of the person in his arms. In front of the grave, he solemnly vowed to her aunt, don't worry, I will take good care of her from now on and won't let anyone bully her again. The beautiful woman was immediately touched. After a while, he continued, let's move your mother's grave to Shanghai. That way, you can visit her anytime. But from somewhere came a loud shout, sister! Both of them were stunned. A guy with a beard, who did not look respectable, was riding a motorcycle this way. That was Lin Ke, Like Su-han's younger brother. Like he asked the beautiful woman next to him with annoyance, is this person your younger brother? Is he also here to pay respects to your mother's grave? Like Su-han lowered her head, feeling not only uncomfortable but also a sense of anger as she replied immediately, yes, that's my brother. As for whether he came to visit our mother's grave, I don't know. At that moment, Lin Ke happily ran over with an upbeat tone. Sister, I knew you would come back, but she serious inquired, why did you come to clean the grave without bringing anything? This guy didn't seem to care at all, rushing to grasp her hand and smiling. I came to find you to look for you. Can you lend me some money? Our family farm doesn't have enough to buy fertilizer. Like Su-han shook his hand off and replied unpleasantly, that's your family's business. I have no obligation to give you money. At this point, Lin Ke also dropped his cheerful expression from earlier and shouted, I am your brother. Why won't you give me money? I haven't even gotten married yet. When that time comes, you'll have to give me money so I can buy a house in Shanghai too. She no longer held back and responded directly. Over the past years, I've already given you guys a lot of money. We no longer have any relationship. You need money, and it's definitely not for fertilizer, but to go gamble, right? Don't try to fool me. That guy smiled again and said, I've stopped gambling. I really took the money to buy fertilizer. Can you bear to see the land at home die from drought? Do you really want to wait until me and Dad starve to death at home before you feel satisfied? These words immediately shocked her, but after 2 seconds, she became angry again. Absolutely not. I've given you enough already. How much longer do you expect me to keep giving? Lin Ke was equally fierce, almost burning with anger inside. He shouted directly, are you even human anymore? You won't help your own brother. It's such a waste to have raised you for all these years. As soon as he finished speaking, a loving hand hit the man's face. Su-han's eyes filled with tears as she expressed her anger. It was my mother who raised me from childhood. My surname belongs to my mother. What does it have to do with you? Moreover, I've already cut ties with that family. Don't talk to me like that. Lin Ke was hit so hard he couldn't close his mouth, trembling as he complained, did you really dare to hit me? This guy, without any reason, threatened angrily. Tomorrow I will go to the hospital with Dad to meet your leaders. I don't believe we can't find a place to talk. She was so angry that she couldn't speak. A gentle hand placed on Su-han's shoulder startled her. Lin Ke smiled softly and gently advised, all right, calm down. Some matters should be resolved as soon as possible. Lingering is not the way. The casual Liu person couldn't help but feel pleased as soon as she finished speaking. You really understand things better, using money to avoid disaster. Otherwise, don't even think about working at the hospital anymore. We will definitely tarnish your reputation. Lin Ke didn't want to make a fuss anymore and suggested, I guess you come here every year to demand money, right? It must be because your father told you to, right? This isn't the place to talk. Let's discuss it at your home. The man stuffed his hands in his pockets, turned to his car, and didn't forget to flatter. As long as you give me money, we can talk anywhere. The two drove while I rode my motorcycle, and the other party readily agreed. Soon, Su-han's car stopped at a village. The surrounding residents immediately buzzed with discussion. What an expensive car, so proud. Lin Ke's gaze was filled with complex curiosity, wanting to confirm, is this your home? Su-han shyly nodded. Before she could say anything else, Lin Ke kicked the door open, leaving everyone else astonished. Lin Ke kicked the door open and entered the house with Like Su-han, only to see the father drinking with his son. Why are you here? Mr. Liu Dajun's face was flushed from drinking. Who are you? Lin Ke asked. Are you the father of these two? Why do you go to her for money every year? Mr. Liu snapped. She is my daughter. Isn't it reasonable for me to ask her for money? Lin Ke took out a knife and charged at him, sending the liquor table flying. The man panicked. What do you want? Lin Ke glared. From now on, she has nothing to do with you. Don't go asking her for money anymore. If I find out there's another issue, I will dig a grave behind the mountain for both of you. If you don't believe it, you could try." The two Liu family members were extremely frightened. "Who are you?" Lin Ke embraced Su Han's waist. "I am her man. If you dare to come looking for trouble with her again, I won't let you off." Then they left. "Let's go. This matter is settled so we can get back to work." Suddenly, a group of people blocked their way. "You two aren't going anywhere." A large crowd stood in their way. An aggressive man rolled up his sleeves and said, "Our fish have been thrown away by you two. My father was so scared by you that his heart nearly stopped. Hurry up and compensate us." The father standing next to them pretended to clutch his chest. "I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. My heart is so uncomfortable." The group of people was extremely aggressive. "If you don't compensate us today, you too can forget about leaving." Su Han, frightened, hid behind Lin Ke, not knowing what to do. Suddenly, a man's voice rang out, "Get out of the way, get out of the way." It was Sun Vi Liang. Liu Kai was delighted to see him. "Brother Sun, you are here." "Liu Kai, I heard your sister came back. Is this the girl? She's grown up really beautiful." Liu Kai cheerfully replied, Yes, this girl is my sister." The man with the surname Sun signaled for him to stand back. "All right, stand over there. This is not your business." He walked up to the front. "Why is it so noisy, Gilam? These two have knocked over my father's fish stall and made my father have heart palpitations. We're here to reason with them." Delang acted tough. "Is Bai Chao Town a place for you to mess around? Do you know that their fish stall has a stake of mine? By doing this, aren't you breaking my rice bowl?" Lin Ke remained calm and responded, "A group blocking the road and forcing us to buy, and you even have a stake in that. Couldn't you have a little awareness? Why do you look down on us country folks?" Delang began to make demands. "Something as big as this happened, I won't make it difficult. Two people give $2,000 plus the girl next to you stays with me for a night. Consider this matter settled." Chu Han was furious behind him. Lin Ke rushed in and punched him hard. "Are you awake yet? It's not even dark. Why are you dreaming?" Delang's face was swollen. "You dare to hit me? Just wait. I'll call my dad and have someone come to catch you." He pulled out his phone and called his father. 10 minutes later, a car brought Sun Malkun and a police officer. He rushed in panic. "Delang, what happened?" Malkun's eyes lit up when he saw Lin Ke. "Oh, Mr. Lin, I found you. What's going on? Did you look for me?" "I don't want to stay in your town anymore. The people from Bai Chao can't be messed with. They're like fragile items. Your son even tried to catch me." Sun Malkun angrily slapped his son. "You all are really something. Mr. Lin came to build schools and repair roads, and you all behave like this. The face of Bai Chao has been completely ruined by you." Delang was surprised. Building schools and repairing roads? Everyone was astonished, casting admiring glances at Su Han. They never expected like Su Han to find such a wealthy man. Mr. Sun Malkun bowed deeply in apology. "Mr. Lin, I sincerely apologize. I did not expect this to happen. I've embarrassed you." Lin Ke gently said to him, "I hope you can handle these people well. If not, who would dare come to Bai Chao Town anymore? This place will never develop." Yes, when I get back, I will definitely educate them again and ensure this will never happen again. "Mr. Lin, let's get in the car and talk slowly." Mr. Malkun invited the two to get in the car. They went together to Mr. Sun's house. He had prepared a feast with many delicious dishes. "Mr. Lin, should I call a reporter? A big matter like this needs to be publicly announced." Lin Ke refused. "No need. When you announce it outside, do not say the money is funded by Langyun Corporation, but say it is sponsored by Zhong Sin Group. There is no need to mention our name." Mr. Sun nodded. "All right, I understand. We will state that everything is carried out by Zhong Sin Group." Lin Ke continued to instruct, "Later, I will send someone to discuss the construction with you, and you will need to cooperate at that time. Mr. Lin, rest assured, there will be no problem." Things went smoothly, and they parted ways. Lin Ke and Like Su Han left. Sitting in the car, Su Han looked into the rearview mirror at her hometown. Her face showed a bit of sadness. Lin Ke held her hand to comfort her. "Don't look back. This place is now the past. Your mother's grave has been moved. You won't come back here again." After a while of driving, they returned to the city. Lin Ke brought 2 bags of gifts to the company for everyone. "I brought some local specialties for you and Chi." He even unhappily replied, "Boss, how was your trip to Bai Chao Town? Other places are just as poor, but their place is extremely poor. Therefore, we need to expedite the school issue. Cab brought coffee to offer the boss. Don't worry, boss, I have arranged everything. We will mainly focus on the Bai Chao Town project and strive to complete it within 3 months." Lin Ke asked, "By the way, has Saiki said when we should make the final payment?" Yuan replied, "We are currently in the final stage, coordinating the shipment. We have verbally agreed to make the payment and deliver the goods the day after tomorrow. Do we need to prepare the final payment of $2.5 billion? Haha, no need to prepare. Saiki will collapse soon. You two don't need to come to the company the day after tomorrow. Dress formally, and I will take you to Jiang Nanshan Hotel to see a good play. Understood. At Saiki Company, Boss Cow and his son were excited. Tomorrow, Long Sai will hold their new product launch event. Should we bring a few reporters with us? No, don't worry. I've arranged everything. The father and son laughed loudly. Look at those people, struggling to create technology 1.0, only to be crushed by us afterward. The funniest thing is that they even approached Jingku's company to hold a press conference. Is your exclusive technology ready? Tomorrow, during the announcement, we must deliver a fatal blow to Long Extra. There can't be any mistakes. Boss Cow was pleased. It's been prepared in advance. Tomorrow, we need to stomp them into the ground so they can't lift their heads. In the city of Yanjing, specifically at Mr. Liang Xianghe's home, Liang Zun Xiao and Shen Shu Yi returned home together. The dining table was already full of people. Mrs. Yang Yuhua called them in. We've been waiting for you two for a while now. Quickly tell me about what's happening in Zhonghai. Have you met Ru Yu's match? Shu Yi sat down in a chair. I just happened to run into Lin Ke. Then we went to eat together. That kid isn't bad. He's quite articulate. Mrs. Yuhua sighed with relief. If you say that, then I can relax. But I feel that Ru Yu and Lin Ke are not a good match. Mrs. Yuhua was surprised. Does that mean you aren't satisfied with that kid? Shu Yi replied. Lin Ke's ambition is too great. I would prefer Ru Yu to find a man who is a little less successful than him. That way, she can be in an important position. Right, I feel that Lin Ke could very well be the son of Lin Zhanjing and that woman. Mr. Liang Xiang, he also shared some common ground with his daughter-in-law. Don't you think Lin Ke resembles Lin Zhanjing a lot? Lin Ke's eyes are almost identical to that woman. Lin Ke might be their son. Surely that's the case. Furthermore, I have given some money to Lin Ke's company. I think he must have figured out my identity by now. Mr. Xiang, he wanted to end the discussion. All right, enough talking. Let's eat. Please turn on the TV for Dad. It's news time. Yes, Father. Shu Yi grabbed the remote to turn on the TV, surprised to see a breaking news report. The Zhongxin charity has donated funds for the construction of a school in Baichao Town, and the groundbreaking ceremony has begun. Let's watch the report sent by the reporter on site. Ms. Yang Yuhao was alarmed. Daughter-in-law, what's going on? This is different from what you said. That kid is trying to remind me. He is not an easy target. Mr. Xiang, he speculated as well. It seems like he doesn't see you as a threat. It looks like he and Lin Zhanjing are quite similar, both having a lot of guts. He then waved his hand for his daughter-in-law to sit down. All right, let's eat. As for him and Ru Yu, let it be. Shu Yi didn't know what to say. No story has been fully told yet. All day the next day, there were many reporters and guests at Long Se's new product launch. Cao Jingchu was deep in thought. How many reporters did Dad invite here? The hall is already full. Does he really want to ruin Long Sai? She saw Lu Ying running over happily. Boss Cow, everything is ready for the announcement. Everything is set on this side too. We can officially start at 9 o'clock. With so many people coming to watch today, I believe Long Sai's announcement will go smoothly. Lu Ying waved goodbye to her boss Cow. I'll trouble you to keep an eye on things here. I have to go do something else. Cao Jingchu was calculating in her mind. Long XI, why do you insist on fighting against the capitalists? You no longer have that chance. On the red carpet, Lin Ke walked in with confidence. Jingchu was surprised to see him. What are you doing here? What's with your attitude? Is this your home? Anyway, I am involved in technology. There's an event in the tech field. Can I come to watch? While saying this, he waved goodbye as he walked away. See you later. Cao Jingqiu looked somewhat flustered. Even if Lin Ke wanted to help Long Sai, there wouldn't be a chance to turn things around now. The guests had gathered quite fully. Inside the waiting room were the Liang father and son. Mr. Liang Xiang, he asked his son, there are 10 minutes left until Long Sai's announcement starts. Are you already on your end? Mr. Liang Zun Xiao placed his hand on his briefcase. Don't worry, Dad. I've brought along all the patented technology. Just wait for the announcement. The most critical moment will be when Long Sai collapses. That's right. After the Long Sai matter is settled, I will invest in the right places and the future of the company will be managed by me. Mr. Zun Xiao's eyes lit up, joy uncontainable. Thank you, Dad. It's time for the announcement to begin. Lu Ying took the stage to introduce. Welcome everyone to the Long Sai New Product Launch Conference. This time we are bringing a completely new product. It will bring about great technological innovation to the domestic chip industry. Suddenly, Boss Kel interrupted. Ms. Liu, may I interrupt for a moment? I want to ask you a few questions. Lin Ke inside chuckled lightly. This foolish person cannot wait any longer. He asked, in your introduction just now, you mentioned some important technologies, but that chip technology 1.0 of yours, our Psyche, completed its research and development several months ago, and we have already registered the patent. I can say that your side has stolen the patented technology of our Psyche company. Liu Ying was confused and did not understand what was happening. Everyone below was discussing in a clamor. Longsai is quite famous in the industry. How could they possibly commit theft like this? Not only are they stealing, but they are also hosting such a grand announcement event. This action is too ostentatious. Many guests were quite surprised by Boss Kev's words. Did the Longsai Research Institute really steal? What a shame for our people. Liu Ying douses the fire with a refusal. Mr. Cao, I cannot answer this question for you. She continues with her role as the MC. Now I would like to invite our department head, Longsai, up here to address Mr. Cao's concerns. At this moment, Lin Ke is stepping up. Boss Cao is taken by surprise. What? Why is he coming to the podium? The Lion family is also confused. Do you know this person? He's in charge of Metron, a gambling fool who just eats and lies around. You got Metron from him as well. Liu Ying cheerfully introduces. Now I would like to introduce to everyone the person standing next to me, who is the department head of Longsai Research Institute, Lin Ke. He will address Mr. Cao's concerns today. Cao Jingqiu is also one of the many surprised by this news. When did Lin Ke become the head of Longsai Research Institute? What does he actually want to do? Lin Ke takes the microphone and smiles at Boss Cao. Mr. Cao, it's been a while. Boss Cao becomes more determined. Director Lin, I hope you can give us a satisfactory answer regarding the patented technologies. Why did you steal our Psyche technologies? Lin Ke stands confidently at the podium and responds. Steal your technology? Actually, we are holding a new product launch today that is not about chip technology 1.0, but 2.0. The entire auditorium gasped in surprise. Boss Cao could only stand there, mouth agape in astonishment. Lin Ke continued to respond, just a few months ago we developed chip 1.0, but your side stole our 1.0 technology. Therefore, we had to move on to 2.0. I think you no longer have the opportunity to steal anymore. Boss Cao was so shocked that he fell to the ground. How could this happen? Cao Jingqiu also felt less surprised. A Psyche company. It's about to collapse. We already have 2.0 technology. After a brief introduction, it was done. Lin Ke said, "Thank you, everyone. I have finished my presentation." At this moment, Mr. Cao Jiadong walked up to Lin Ke. He greeted him. "Hello, Mr. Cao. How are you?" Mr. Cao angrily shouted, "Evil. This is a conspiracy." Lin Ke retorted, "Mr. Cao, you hired Liu Su to steal our technology, and now you call us evil. Don't you find that amusing?" Mr. Cao was quite furious. Lin Ke moved closer and placed his hand on Mr. Cao's shoulder, speaking softly. "Old man, times have changed. Go home and take care of your grandchildren. That's right, you still have a $30 billion contract. If you cannot ensure that this technology is the latest within a year, you will have to pay 10 times the contract amount. Now that we have announced Technology 2.0, shouldn't you consider the issue of contract compensation?" Mr. Cao collapsed in shock. Oh my. Cao Jingxiu also panicked and ran to her father. Then, lying Ru Yu called Lin Ke. "Hello," Ru Yu said. "I'm watching a live broadcast of everything happening at Psyche. What's going on?" "Of course, I've been planning for today for a long time." Ru Yu seemed worried. "There are many major capitalists behind Psyche. They will get this information immediately. Do you realize how serious this is? This can be discussed over the phone. Come over to my place tonight. Then you should wear a really nice pajama. Otherwise, I won't come over." Lin Ke cheekily replied. Ru Yu shot back with a loud shout. "As long as you come, I can be naked too. Are you satisfied?" In the evening, Lin Ke came to see Ru Yu. When he opened the door and walked in, he was stunned to see Ru Yu wearing a sexy outfit. He stepped forward and hugged her waist. "You look great today, but it would be even better if you took it off." Ru Yu was taken aback by his words. Lin Ke entered the house and said to lying Ru Yu, "Is there anything to eat? After the announcement, I'll come straight here." She responded, "What time is it? And you're still in the mood to eat?" "I say that, but I still indulge you." She sighed and shrugged, saying, "Then let me cook you a bowl of noodles." Soon to be treated to noodles by his girlfriend, he gave a thumbs up and replied with a cheerful smile, "Only when we're full can we have the strength to fight." After that, lying Ru Yu went into the kitchen and opened the refrigerator to see what she could cook. She discussed with him the matter of the announcement. If it were just about dealing with Psyche, it wouldn't need to be so complicated. The main concern is to guard against the capitalist brute behind Psyche. After saying that, Liang Ru-yu continued to take out 2 tomatoes and started slicing them. However, as soon as she cut 2 slices, the tomato juice splattered everywhere, startling her and causing her to exclaim. At that moment, Lin Ke suddenly came from behind and gently wiped the stain off her. While Ru-yu was still feeling bashful, Lin Ke kindly reminded her, "Be careful." Lin Ke then grinned and said with delight, "In fact, I already knew that the largest shareholder behind Psyche is the Huoyin Group in Yanjing with a market value of over $5 trillion. Liang Ru-yu shot her a glance and replied, "I just wanted to remind you of that." While waiting for the noodles to cook, she continued speaking to him. "The Zhao family and the Liang family have a long-standing relationship. I know very well how powerful they are. Senki's bankruptcy also shows that Zhao Mo's investment has failed. This is a huge embarrassment. He will demand everything back from you." Very quickly, the noodles were cooked. Liang Ru-yu handed the bowl of noodles to Lin Ke. After hearing the information she just provided, he was not afraid of the Zhao family's power at all. He confidently replied, "Isn't that even better? I'll wait for the results of the laser engraving machine. It must be because he has gotten involved." Ru-yu also said, "I believe in your abilities." Looking at the delicious bowl of noodles on the table, Lin Ke didn't eat right away, but said, "However, this is not the time to confront them head-on. The Huoyin Group is not a joke." While they were chatting passionately, suddenly his phone rang, notifying him of an incoming call. It was Cao Xianyu. He saw this and scolded, "This fool is calling me again. Don't tell me he's asking me to reimburse his medical expenses." As soon as he answered, the other party spoke first. "You are Lin Ke, right? I am Zhao Mo." Hearing that the caller was not Cao Xianyu caught both of them by surprise. Liang Ru-yu's expression turned worried. It seemed she wanted to say something, but decided to remain silent. At this moment, Lin Ke smiled and replied, "I thought it would take a few more days for you to show up. I didn't expect it to be so soon. Are you looking to wrap things up quickly? Why are you so impatient?" Zhao Mo responded, "It seems that Psyche in Zonghai is not your target. You're waiting for results from me, right?" Lin Ke smirked darkly, clearly contemplating something, and said, "Of course, to welcome you, I have prepared a gift for you. You'll find out soon enough." At this, he immediately hung up without waiting for the other party to say anything more. Liang Ru-yu stood to one side, listening to the entire story and feeling very anxious. She awkwardly asked, "You said the meeting gift was just to deceive Zhao Mo, right?" Lin Ke seemed rather indifferent. He casually ate instant noodles and replied, "I usually deceive you too. How can I possibly deceive someone like Zhao Mo?" After hearing this, she panicked and exclaimed, "What are you planning to do?" He did not answer her question, but instead looked at his phone screen and laughed sinisterly. "Yinexi, let's get to work." At this moment, Liang Ru-yu was already very confused. She thought to herself, what exactly is Lin Ke trying to do? Transitioning to the evening in a large hospital in the city, in one of the patient rooms, the patient lying in the bed was none other than Cao Jiadong. Standing beside him were his son and Zhao Mo. At this moment, Cao Jiadong was still in shock. He said to Zhao Mo, "Boss Zhao, this is due to our negligence." Zhao Mo, a representative of the Huoyin Group, showed no signs of anger and calmly replied, "This isn't your fault. His tricks are too insidious. It's only natural for you to lose. In fact, he has been waiting for me to take action all along. He hasn't even considered your Psyche." At this point, Cao Jiadong panicked and asked, "Is there still a chance for Psyche in Zonghai?" The other person responded seriously, "The chances are very slim. Aside from going bankrupt, Psyche has no other options. However, we still have many chips in stock that we can sell off, so we can still recover some capital." As soon as he received this information, he was so shocked that he fainted. The personnel beside him worriedly called his father. Then, Boss Cao turned to Zhao Mo and asked, "So what do you plan to do next?" He turned away with a dark expression, replying, "First, I need to get a grasp of his company before we proceed with the battle. Didn't he make $30 billion from Seiki? We can't let him easily take that bargain from Zhao Mo. I find the opponent's plan somewhat reasonable." Boss Cao displayed a look of joy. Zhao Mo put on his glasses and turned to Cao Jiadong. "Say, take good care of yourself. I'm leaving." Suddenly, Boss Cao's phone rang. He quickly picked up the phone, rubbing his head and saying to the other end, "Hello, I'm quite busy right now. I wonder what you have to say that." After listening, he immediately panicked and exclaimed, "What did you say? The warehouse at Metrong is on fire?" Zhao Mo was about to leave, but got drawn back by the recent news. He turned around in surprise. Cao Jiadong, who had just experienced a huge shock, now had to endure another overwhelming one. He snapped awake, jaw dropped in disbelief at the shocking information he had just received. Boss Cao must have felt utterly desperate at that moment. He replied tremblingly to the other end, Okay, I understand. You quickly call the fire department. I'm on my way there now. Right after he hung up the phone, he loudly informed his father about what had just happened. Our warehouse in Metroing has burned down. Upon hearing this, Cao Jiadong was on the verge of losing it. He was so angry, he nearly burst a blood vessel, then he trembled and said, "It must be Lin Ke's doing." Seeing his father in such a state, Boss Cao became even more panicked, continuously calling out, "Father, father." In the midst of this situation, the two people involved were completely unaware. Xiaomo walked out of the room with a sinister smile, as if contemplating something not very pleasant. Cao Jiadong, unable to cope with the shock of bankruptcy, had to be taken to the emergency room shortly after. His condition was so severe that doctors had even taken him into the operating room. Outside the waiting room, Cao Jingqiu was sitting nervously on a chair. As for Boss Cao, he was angrily calling Lin Ke and shouting curses. "Lin Ke, son of a bitch, you dared to burn down my Psyche warehouse. I will never forgive you." On the other end, Lin Ke neither denied nor admitted to burning the warehouse, but rather replied seriously, "Mr. Cao, we signed an agreement beforehand. I trusted the warehouse to your management. If anything happens later, it has nothing to do with me. You better come up with a way to put out the fire. Otherwise, everything will go up in smoke." At this point, he hung up the phone, making the situation over there even more serious. The atmosphere quickly deteriorated. At this moment, Cao Jingtu could only lower her head in despair, thinking that Psyche Zhonghai had no more chances to turn the situation around. At the same time, in the dazzling mansion of Liang Ruyu, inside the house, Liang Ruyu crossed her arms in frustration and said, "I feel like my role here is to clean up the battlefield for you. Tomorrow, Domo will definitely come to see me." After finishing a bowl of noodles, Lin Ke replied, "I guess you will probably demand punishment for your Lang Yun Corporation Zhonghai." Hearing this, Ruyu said, "For now, I will help protect you." However, Lin Ke refused. "No need, you should try to stay away from this. Don't get involved. Let me handle him myself." At this point, he slowly stood up and said to her, "After eating well, you need to exercise." While he stretched his limbs for a bit, Liang Ruyu asked, "Exercise? My home doesn't have any gym equipment." Immediately, Lin Ke suddenly picked up his beautiful girlfriend. He lifted her up, making her look at him in confusion, not knowing what he was planning to do. Then he smiled and said, "Do you know what exercising without equipment looks like?" Upon hearing this, Liang Ruyu's face turned as red as a tomato, instantly understanding the man's intention. She shyly exclaimed, "Ah." After that, he laid his girlfriend on the bed, a boy and a girl in the same room, lying on the bed face to face, looking at each other. It's easy to see how intimate the scene is. Then they kissed passionately, looking very affectionate. Next is an adult scene unfolding before our eyes. Liang Ruyu took Lin Ke's hand and started sucking on it. Liang Ruyu's voice rose. "I can't breathe." In the next scene, Liang Ruyu placed her hand on the headboard. "From here, I'll let everyone imagine for themselves," Lin Ke cheerfully said. "Isn't exercising like this wonderful? No need for any tools." When it was all done, while she was exhausted, Lin Ke still smiled and said, "Tired, huh? Let me go get you a glass of water." Suddenly, Liang Ruyu's phone on the bed rang. It was her mother calling. Startled, she sat up quickly with a very flustered expression. As soon as she answered, her mother spoke up. "It's 11 o'clock and you're still not asleep. Have you heard about Psyche Zhonghai?" Hearing this, she replied, "I know already." Ruyu was now sweating profusely. She told her mother, "Psyche Zhonghai is being invested in by Zalmo. Given their personalities, I'm afraid it will end up being a do-or-die situation." Seeing this, her mother reassured her, "Don't worry, the whole Yin group is managed by your Aunt Wang. As long as Lin Ke can get through this phase, everything will be fine." Suddenly, a sound of a room door opening came from behind, interrupting their conversation. Liang Ruyu was startled and turned back, her face once again flushed. It turned out that Lin Ke had just brought her some water. He smiled brightly and called out, "My love." Feeling shy, she held her phone away from her mother to prevent her from seeing this scene, while Lin Ke remained oblivious. Ruyu, feeling a bit confused, asked, "What's wrong?" She awkwardly replied, "No, nothing's wrong." When Liang Ruyu turned to look at her phone screen, the call had ended, and only a message from her mother remained. "Remember to use protection," which made her even more embarrassed. At the same time, in Yanjing at Liang Ruyu's parents' house, Mr. Liang had just finished his shower. He walked over to his wife and asked, "Weren't you just video chatting with our daughter? Why did you hang up so soon?" Mrs. Liang didn't explain much, only replied, "We had to hang up. We can't interfere with other people's matters." Hearing his wife, he seemed to misunderstand. He responded, "Huh? What time is it now? Work is work, but don't overdo it." Seeing that he misunderstood it, she continued, "It's not about work. She's with Lin Ke. Her husband asked in confusion. Ha! It's already so late. What are they doing together? Mrs. Liang felt a bit annoyed and answered, It seems my attempt to stop them was ineffective. This son-in-law has to be accepted. At this point, Mr. Liang finally realized the issue. He angrily shouted, What is going on? You're already living together before getting married. However, his wife thought differently. She didn't want to argue anymore. Young people today are much more open than we were back in the day. Worrying about these things won't help. They will have to get married sooner or later. After finishing the topic about their daughter, Mrs. Liang shifted to another subject. There's been an incident in Shanghai. Lin Ke has brought Psyche Shanghai, which Zavamo invested in, to the brink of bankruptcy and has even burned a warehouse worth nearly $3 billion. Zavamo has gone to Shanghai to handle this situation. Upon hearing this, Mr. Liang sat down on the bed and replied, With the capabilities of Huoyin Group, Lin Ke is definitely no match. I carefully considered the possible outcomes when this happened and told my wife, Wang Dongting is notoriously protective of her child. If Zhao Mo is bullied too much by Lin Ke, she will not sit still. Not wanting to dwell on how things had come to this, Mrs. Lion could only sigh and say, This is a matter for the kids. I can't do anything to help them resolve it. Yet she wasn't hesitant to add, If she really doesn't care about the future consequences, then as the mother-in-law to be, I have to make an effort to discuss it with her. After all, it's just Hua Yin. At this point, her husband felt completely reassured. He came over to massage his wife's shoulders and happily said, Ha ha, my wife is still the coolest. Just look at her. She's clearly a member of the Liang family. Time passed until the morning of the next day. The scene shifts to the hospital where Cao Jia Dong is admitted, and this is also where Lin Ke works. He was casually walking through the hospital when he suddenly noticed something. It turned out that he saw a female doctor running toward him. She approached and struck up a conversation with him. Lin, there will be a heart stent surgery. Are you going to do it? A patient was admitted last night in very critical condition. Director Lai decided to perform heart surgery. Otherwise, it would be very dangerous. Upon hearing this, Lin Ke did not hesitate much. After all, saving lives is of utmost importance, so he agreed. Okay, I'll head over there right away. Then the female doctor handed him the patient's medical file and said, Lin, here is the patient's file. Please take a look. As soon as he received the file and glanced through the information, he was surprised by something. In the file, it read the name Cao Jia Dong, male 57 years old, along with a photo of the patient. Lin Ke was slightly surprised and thought, the person in need of surgery is Cao Jia Dong. Before he could say anything, the female doctor added, I heard he is a businessman. He is currently in the VIP ward. Director Lai said if the heart stent surgery is not done immediately, it would be very dangerous for the future. Lin Ke said nothing but wore a sly smile, thinking to himself, there are so many hospitals, yet he was brought to the one where I work. It seems that heaven has not given him much of a chance to escape. He then folded the medical file and continued into the elevator with the female doctor. He confidently said, I will perform this surgery. It was unclear whether Lin Ke had any intention of saving the patient or not. At that moment, in the waiting area in front of the operating room, Boss Cao and Cao Jingqiu were extremely anxious. They stood waiting for the doctor to arrive, and everyone's mood wasn't good at all. Then a sound of footsteps was heard. Unfortunately, the person who entered was not an ordinary surgeon, but Lin Ke, their archenemy. Seeing this, Boss Cao was taken aback and exclaimed, Lin Ke! He angrily shouted, How dare you come here? The female doctor saw Lin Ke being yelled at by the patient's family and stepped in to intervene. What are you doing? Why are you speaking to Director Lin like that? As for Lin Ke, he didn't care at all how angry the man was. He calmly replied, Can't you see I'm wearing a white coat? I am the chief surgeon for this operation. Upon hearing this, both members of the Cao family were stunned for 5 seconds. Boss Cao stared blankly and stammered, You are the chief surgeon? Meanwhile, Cao Jingqiu, standing to the side, was trembling with fear upon hearing him claim to be the chief surgeon. She recalled that he had mentioned it before, but she hadn't believed him. She never expected it to be true. Psyche Zhonghai had been ruined in his hands. Would her father meet the same fate? Lin Ke thought the shock from the Cao siblings wasn't enough and wanted to scare them a little more. He sighed and said, The heart stent surgery is very dangerous. His words left them in shock, speechless. This news hit them like a bolt from the blue. Boss Cao immediately became furious, pointing his finger at him and cursing. Damn it, you dare! If anything happens to my father, you'll be charged with murder. But those words didn't faze Lin Ke at all. On the contrary, it was just an excuse for him to scare them a bit longer. He put on a sly expression in response. Before the surgery, a consent form is signed. Death is unpredictable. It has nothing to do with me. The more he spoke, the angrier Boss Kao became. Now all he could do was mutter, "You," and hold back his anger. Cao Jingqiu, behind him, was holding her head, looking very pale and unwell. Then a noise was heard. She was so scared that she fainted, collapsing to the floor. Everyone was surprised by this turn of events. Boss Kao, seeing his sister fall unconscious, hurriedly called out to her. The doctor was also flustered. "Why did you make her faint again?" However, Lin Ke seemed indifferent and bored. He didn't care at all about whether she was okay. He simply called over a few nearby nurses and said, "What are you standing there for? Don't you see someone is unconscious?" When the nurse helped Cao Jingqiu up, he intentionally urged them to take him to the emergency room quickly, using all imported medicine without needing to reduce anything. A nurse, who probably felt it was strange, decided to follow his orders. She replied, "I understand." Then he turned to Boss Kao with a frightening expression. "Move aside." This startled him. Although he was not pleased at all given the situation, he could only grit his teeth and let Lin Ke be the lead surgeon for this operation. After a while, Lin Ke completed the preparations for Cao Jiadong's surgery. He stood before him, presenting himself like a doctor saving lives. At this moment, Cao Jiadong's condition seemed to worsen. His complexion was poor and he had to use a ventilator to breathe. It goes without saying how serious his illness was. Lin Ke looked at him with hatred, but didn't say a word. It was truly unclear whether he intended to save him or cut off Cao Jiadong's chance of survival.